pretty good. Hey, that's a Warrior legend right there. Well, say Warrior legend. David Arenas.
Wow.
Very nice.
There are a few Warrior fans left. Well,
All right, guys.
go.
Pete, just what has been your working relationship been like with Chip Kelly and being on the same page in terms of what the both of you want to do on offense?
We've been working together through the whole time, and Chip has a world of experience that I've counted on throughout, and we're always working to continue to grow together as much as we can and be representative. We've been disappointed too with the last 3 weeks, with what we've done. We had a fantastic week in between that, so we're trying to get it right.
In terms of right guard, is Alex Kappa slotted right into JPJ's spot, or is there a competition this week?
Well, we know we can do that, because Alex has played for us, and we know we can do that. We have guys competing at the spot. We're trying to give guys an opportunity to show what they can do, make sure we're making a good decision. We feel secure that Alex could play that.
What does he look like this week in preparation? What does he look like this week?
I haven't seen the film yet, really. I mean, we've had one practice that was, not a padded practice. After today, I'll have a better feel. Sorry.
Is there any extra significance to a matchup when it is a franchise like the Cowboys and it is a Monday night game?
Well, there's something special about Monday night, regardless of who you're playing. That's the truth. It's prime time and all that. Everybody grew up watching that and enjoying the heck out of that and picturing themselves someday being part of that. I think the Cowboys have always had a special thing about them. Jerry Jones and the family did a fantastic job of raising this franchise to the level that they're at, and they're a tremendous, international brand. We are too. And so it's a good matchup in that regard, and hopefully we can play a really good football game.
You guys are playing two rookie wide receivers pretty extensively now. What are some of the challenges of that, and how would you say that those two have?
There are challenges to that, and it's the smallest issues when they come up. And it's not like, can you run an out route and catch the football? There's so many other things about blocking and positioning and getting other guys open and all of the complementary things that go along, as well as special teams. And so those guys are growing. They're getting a lot of play time. They're getting a lot of opportunities, and it's all going to pay off. Both our young guys have a good head on their shoulders, and they learn well, and they're figuring it out. But it's just growing pains, and we have to get through it.
Do you look at that as an investment that eventually pays off?
Well, with all young guys, to me, if you guys have heard me say this, that we want to play them early and want to see where they are and try to get them to the midpoint of the season where they have some background and experience where they can play like regulars. And so, we're kind of there. This is where we turn the corner for the second half. And I've already mentioned that to those guys, that this is where we count on them to come through and be cleaner with their assignments and sharper and just on it better than they've been earlier. And hopefully that's what we'll see down the stretch.
Obviously, you have a previous working relationship with Brian Schottenheimer. When you watch the Cowboys on tape, what are some things that you notice that are indicative of his coaching style and philosophies?
Well, he was an offensive coordinator for us, and he's been a great coach, great family background. His dad is one of the guys that I have the most respect for the way he styled his coaching and all of that. Brian has his own way. What's really, I think, his stamp on this team right now is the offense. They're really functioning at a high level. They're ranked highly in almost every one of the critical categories. Points, yards, all kinds of stuff. And I know that's where his mark is. And they made an effort this past week, to go get Quinnen and to make a statement that they're trying to make sure and help the defense, and that's a franchise at work. They're trying to figure it out. So, but I think that's Brian's. That's really what he owns. He's an offensive guy from the start. I think it sounds like everything's working out, and they're trying to figure it out just like everybody else is. And so, I wish him the best.
You mentioned that move about Quinnen as well. When you watch him on tape, what are some things that you have to worry about with him?
Yeah, we haven't seen him play with them yet, of course, and so we went back and looked at other film. He's a fantastic player. That's why they went after him and gave up a lot to get him. And everybody wants a three technique, and they're hard to find. And there's a handful of guys that really dominate the position. He's in that group of guys, so he's going to make them better without question.
Pete, for you personally, how do you internalize a 9-game stretch like this? And Does like the thought of job security or your future with the organization, does those thoughts?
Let me hold on before you get to that part of the question. Let me answer the first part of the question. The first part of the question: how do I handle it? Not very well. It's been crappy, you know, and this is not what I expected to happen, and I didn't feel that we would be this far behind the start of the season, you know, and so we're just trying to just keep driving the messages home and trying to get better each week and do some things that we can build from, and. You know, it's a kick, it's a block kick, it's an OT catch, it's a, you know, there's 4 or 5 games here that could have flipped just like that, just with just small margins of better play and better execution, better calls and all of that we know, you know, and so, but unfortunately, it still is what it is, you know, and then we have to deal with it. So, I'm not very well versed in being in this situation, and I don't have the experience about that, and I'm happy to say that, but I don't like it one bit, and it's been hard. And so, fortunately, the coaches and we keep grinding with their players, and we're communicating well. They're communicating well with us, and we're keeping it together. And it's like the next opportunity feels like it's going to turn. So, as Mom said, you know, something good just about to happen.
And going to the second question,
Let's go on to the next guy. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Just kidding. What is it?
I was wondering, when you're dealing with something like this, like the thoughts of job security or your future organization, do those thoughts ever creep up, or do you?
No, I don't think like that. You know, I really don't. I can't go there. You know, it's been 20-something years just in these last 2 opportunities of head coaching that hasn't been in my mind at all. So I'm not going to start now.
Do the goals and objectives change, though? You said you haven't been in this situation very much. Is it a development mindset now, or is it still just same mindset?
No. You either have your philosophy or you don't, you know, and the next game is the biggest game we could possibly play. It's a championship game, and whatever happened the week before has nothing to do with what's going on now. And that's a mentality that we're trying to drive home to find an uncommon consistency about the way we perform. And so that's what this is. It happened to be last week. You know, I built it to these guys. This is an opportunity going to Denver to play in a road setting where a team's on fire. It's just like a playoff setup, and the fans were going to be crazy, and it's a prime time ball game and all those things that go along with it. Well, here we come back. Now it's a chance to do that same thing at home. And so I'm building it for these guys so that they know they've been in these situations, so that we can learn to be comfortable and play like we're capable in these settings, regardless of what the impact is or what the story is, you know, and the storyline is. So that's something we've been working on for years, because you're trying to find, like I said, this consistency that allows you to perform like you're capable, regardless of the circumstances around you, and that's what this presents to us. And so, big wins can affect your mentality and your mindset just as much as big losses, difficult, outcomes can. And so we have to learn how to deal with all of that and come right back to it. So, you know, in this building right here, I mean, we come right back to the very next game, the very next opportunity. So, does it help us deal with losses? I don't know. We'll find out how we go here, but we have a way to do it, and we have a way to prepare ourselves to deal with the next opportunity, and that's a really powerful thing when you're trying to build a winning program.
I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but it feels like you're
really
saying.
Good chance you won't.
It feels like you're saying that not just for this year, though, that this is an investment that you're making for years to follow. The foundation that you're trying to set.
I can't even think of anything else than that. Yes.
You guys did bring in another kicker this week. What was the thought process behind that, or what's the plan?
Competition. How about competing?
You do expect Daniel to be kicking this week, though?
I expect that. Yeah, he's competing too. He needs to do better, and he knows it. And we're just like always. Johnny's going to keep bringing us guys to give us a chance to keep pushing and seeing how far we can take it. And that was what this decision was about.
What are you hoping to see out of the offense? I believe the final 8 games of the season. What are you hoping to see out of the?
Well, yeah, we need to get consistent. We need to find a consistency. I mean, 2 weeks ago we were gaga over the performance that we had, and Brock's return and all of that. And I figured we was pedal to the metal. And unfortunately, we come back in this past week. Denver, one of the best teams in the NFL on defense, one of the sackingest teams in the NFL on defense, and that we couldn't get going on them. And so we'll see. Was it Denver? Was it us? Is it Dallas? Is it us? We'll find out as we keep going. But I'm expecting us to get better and more consistent.
All right. You feel Chip Kelly's done with the offense?
He's working hard at it. And he's working with the guys he's got and trying to make the very most of it.
All right. We're going to wrap it up. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You guys get the They pushed it in.
Couldn't hear. Thanks.
Is it, John?
Ed, that work?
No,
Yeah, good.
wide.